They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Okay, guys, I am in a fantastic mood because of all the support y'all decided to show on Patreon as of late. I was able to go out there and get the show a new microphone. So I hope I sound better. If I don't, please let me know in the comment section. That way I can go through, maybe keep on playing with the settings of the new microphone and get it set up where I should be sounding better if we have a problem. But also, even for everybody who is not supporting the show on Patreon, I still truly appreciate everything that y'all have been doing with leaving comments, with leaving likes, as in looking at the numbers for this channel. I mean, the fantasy basketball channel, that audience, this flock is absurd. Let me throw something up on the screen real quick, showing y'all how many likes we got on the last video. Thank you. I have never seen anything like that with the like to view ratio. I am genuinely surprised and genuinely appreciate everything that y'all have done. And because of that, I'm going to continue to try to go down to the comment section and answer as many of your trade questions that I possibly can. But for when I'm unable to get to your trade question, I'm going to be going through and making videos like this where I answer your trade question in the video. That way, hopefully, I can cover anything that maybe I did not get to do in the comment section that day. But anyway, let's dive into this and let's get into our first trade. Let's not waste any time. And this is going to be RJ Barrett for Michael Porter Jr. And thank God that we got some clarification that this is in a point league format, because the answer would be completely different one way or another. And y'all remember, we just made the video talking about Derrick Rose getting traded to the New York Knicks and how that was going to affect RJ Barrett. And pretty much I was saying, I think we are going to see the usage go down for RJ Barrett, where, yeah, his minutes are going to roughly stay the same. Maybe they only go down 2 or 3 minutes a game, but they're so high up anyway that it really does not even matter if you see those slightly dip. What is going to matter, though, is I think we are going to see RJ Barrett have less possessions where he's bringing the ball down the court, less possessions where he is kind of generating action on his own. And I think what that is going to lead to is we are going to see less shot attempts for RJ Barrett, but he should be seeing more off the ball shot attempts. So while he's only shooting 43% from the field right now, I will be expecting that number to go up with the addition of Derrick Rose, as just having another playmaker on the court is going to give RJ Barrett better open looks. But at the same time, I think the field goal attempts should slightly go down on a night-to-night basis. So while he's averaging 17 points currently, I could see this number going just maybe down to 15, down to 16. Nothing that's too drastic, and you could even see the assist possibly take a small bump up if we just get some more ball movement in this New York Knicks offense. Whereas on the other hand, Michael Porter Jr. is already playing a role where he is completely off ball. And this is why it's so important that y'all are clarifying if you're playing in a category league or if you're playing in a points league. Because Michael Porter Jr., while he definitely is a trade target of mine, and while I told y'all to try to trade for him about a week ago after his very bad stretch of games against top tier NBA defenses, I told y'all to try to trade for him in category formats. And the reason we're trying to trade for him in category formats is he is shooting over 50% from the field. He's shooting over 80% from the free throw line. We know that he's also going to be giving you good three-point production. And then he has the rebounds, but most importantly for those category leagues, he's like committing less than 1 turnover a game. And it's because of the role that he has in that rotation, where Michael Porter Jr. is not asked to be a playmaker. He's asked just to be a guy that is getting buckets. He is not trying to attempt these ridiculous passes to his teammates. He's not trying to have crazy moves to drive the ball down the court. No, you pass to him, hit him in the corner, you hit him on the side, and he's able to make a move, possibly get by his defender and get to the basket or just pull up from there. So when you have a player with that playing style, the efficiency should naturally go up, as well as the turnovers go down. But that is really only important if we are talking about those category leagues. So I'll say, because this is a points league, we are going to end up sticking with RJ Barrett, as he's giving us similar production in points, he's giving us similar production in rebounds, and with the assist, RJ Barrett is giving you a little bit more. Definitely an extremely close question. Both of these players have a lot of upside. I would love to know your opinion down in the comment section below. If this was a category league, it would be Michael Porter Jr. and it would not even be a question. But it being a points league kind of changes a little bit for me. All right, so now our next question that we have is not even a trade question. This is just staying with the New York Knicks and staying with the Derrick Rose situation. And this is, does the Derrick Rose trade affect Julius Randle and the production we should be expecting going forward? Short answer to this is no. I don't see why Derrick Rose being traded to the New York Knicks would affect Julius Randle, who right now is seeing a ridiculous 37 minutes a game, 47% from the field, 80% from the free throw line, giving you 3-point shots at the same time, and then 22 points, 11 rebounds, but most surprisingly, 6 assists. I mean, this offense is kind of being run through Julius Randle. I mean, he has looked extremely impressive to start the season, and he's a large reason why the New York Knicks are surprising some people and looking like a play-in team currently. And while maybe, just maybe, Derrick Rose makes the New York Knicks go with a little bit of a smaller lineup, I don't even know if that would affect Julius Randle because he can clearly play the 5 in a smaller rotation. So I'm just going to stick it with no here. Let me know if I'm missing something in the comments, guys. Y'all know I like going down there. I like reading your opinions, but I don't see how Derrick Rose coming in affects Julius Randle in a negative way. All right, so now our next question, also not going to be a trade question. I try to get a variety of things in here. And this one is Jamal Murray a drop? And here, I have no idea why you're asking this, to be honest. I know Jamal Murray has looked very bad with his efficiency numbers. I know he's shooting less than 45% from the field. I know he's shooting about 33% from 3. But outside of that, I mean, Jamal Murray is kind of in line with what I was expecting to coming into the season. Y'all know I was a guy not advocating for you to go out there and draft Jamal Murray. But right now, he's averaging 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and a steal at the same time. I think this is what we should have expected from Jamal Murray. I mean, Jamal Murray clearly is not the player that he showed to be in the bubble, but that's fine. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4.5 assists is more than enough to have a quality spot on your fantasy basketball roster. Maybe if you're playing in like a 6-man league, then we can talk about something differently. But no, if this is 10 or more teams, Jamal Murray has to have a spot. All right, so now our next question is going to be a very sad question to answer. And this is, should I trade Christian Wood for Jimmy Butler? And right now, if we go through, I mean, Christian Wood is just such an exciting player. And when he has been healthy, he has fantastic numbers. I mean, he was a player that genuinely had a case to be made to go to the All-Star break for the Houston Rockets, as this is a team that is really, I mean, absurdly playing over their head for the talent profile that they have on this roster. And Christian Wood, in my opinion, looks like the best player that they have. I mean, he is shooting 56% from the field. He does have bad numbers from the free throw line, but that's only going to matter in a category league. He's giving you 2 threes a game, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and a block and a half a game at the same time. But the problem is the ankle injuries. I mean, the problem is him going out and messing up that ankle on 2 different occasions so far this season. And he is expected to come back in about a week or so. But I am looking at the Houston Rockets. I'm looking at a franchise that is clearly playing for the future with how they went out there and they traded for an accumulation of future draft picks. And I'm saying, you have Christian Wood on a fantastic contract. If I am the coaching staff, if I am the front office, I'm going to want to be as safe as I can while bringing Christian Wood back, because really, you have no incentive to win games this year. You know you're not going for a title. So keep your star player healthy. Give him just a little bit of time to make sure that he is 100% good to go. Whereas Jimmy Butler, on the other hand, has been pretty disappointing so far this season. You look at his efficiency numbers. I mean, he's shooting less than 45% from the field. I mean, he's shooting like 12% less than Christian Wood. And honestly, this is not too surprising if you're just thinking about the two play styles of these guys. But also 19 points a game, so less points than Christian Wood. But where Jimmy Butler has Wood beat is if this is going to be a category league, I mean, Jimmy Butler has a fantastic percentage from the free throw line with about 86%. And at the same time, regardless of if this is a category league or not, we have Jimmy Butler giving you 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals a game at the same time. So honestly, with the injuries that Christian Wood is going through, combined with the fact that Jimmy Butler is giving you the steals and assists, and we don't necessarily need to worry about the injuries in the case of Jimmy Butler. Here, I'm going to prefer Butler over Christian Wood, even though it's not something I'm excited about. All right, so now our next question that we have is going to be, should I hold on to Lonzo Ball, hoping for a trade, whether it's to the Bulls, the Warriors? I think there are a couple other teams that could also trade for Lonzo, because this is a player that if you fit him in the right system, I mean, he can easily be an above average role player. I think he could be an above average role player on a championship level roster. I mean, there are a ton of teams around the league that could use Lonzo Ball, but right now the fit in New Orleans with the new coaching staff is horrendous. I mean, seeing Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson on the court, and they're not necessarily trying to push the pace of play, which Lonzo is best at. I mean, their half-court game looks like a train wreck. I mean, this is a young group of players that you would expect to progress season after season, but personnel changes and coaching changes clearly made it where really they are lacking something. They are not close to competing. Lonzo Ball just doesn't naturally fit on the roster. So I think he is likely to be traded before the trade deadline. And right now, his efficiency numbers are horrible. I mean, he is shooting 66% from the free throw line, 42% from the field. But what Lonzo is giving you, he's giving you 13 points, 3 3-point shots a game, 4.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and a steal and a half at the same time. So I think with how young he is, and with how, if he gets placed into the right system, Lonzo could be a contributor. I think you want to be holding for the time being and just hoping that this situation kind of works itself out. All right, so now our last trade question that we are going to have is going to be Tyler Herro for Michael Porter Jr. And guys, if I did not get to your trade question, I'm going to be trying to answer as many as I can down in the comment section below. So please leave whatever you have for me down there and go answer some other trades at the same time. But anyway, right now, let's break through this. We already talked about Michael Porter Jr. for a little bit, so we don't need to focus too much in on him. And Tyler Herro, we have a little bit of a smaller sample size just because of how weird the Miami Heat season has been. But every game he plays, he is seeing a ridiculous amount of minutes. This is something you would come to expect for a younger player where he's playing 34 minutes a game. And you look across the board, and he's giving you 4 assists. He's giving you 6 rebounds. He's giving you 17 points. So while if we play in a category league, I am definitely going to want Michael Porter Jr., as he is going to come with no turnovers. He's going to come with very high marks in his free throw percentage and his field goal percentage, higher than Tyler Herro. I think it makes sense in a category league, but if you're talking about a strictly points league, while Michael Porter Jr. may have the higher ceiling, I think we are going to go with Tyler Herro in a points league and Michael Porter Jr. in a category league. Now, thank you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope y'all got something from it. As always, if y'all did, go down there, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out so much. And I'll see y'all with the video tomorrow.